Today is December 11th, 2025. I am Celestine, your host for today, bringing you your daily Silksong DLC news. There has been no news to report for Silksong DLC today, and Silksong only won a singular award, being Best Action Platformer. That's it for today, December 11th, 2025. See you tomorrow. Um, this is not something I would normally do, but I decided that for day 100, I would rank all of the Silksong soundtracks. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. So we have a very simple tier list: S, A, B, C, D, and F. Uh, all of them are here, and I'm going to give them all a fair shot. I'm going to listen to them, not all the way, but most of the way. Uh, yeah, so we're just going to start with, we're going to go in order. So, as the order says for Silksong itself, enter Farloom all the way down to Silksong, and we're just gonna listen to a bunch of music. So let's start. Yeah, I mean, Enter Farloom is not a bad track. Shut up. Is not a bad track. It's a good trailer. I definitely think the trailer helps it a lot. It's something I've rewatched many times while waiting for Silksong. So it's got a good structure. I like how it sounds. I have listened to it so many times. I think that's a solid A tier. I think it's an A tier track. It definitely has some good parts, especially that end part. I love that end part. The trailer sounds definitely. Sorry, I'm drinking some water. Um, the trailer sounds definitely would have added to it, but that's just because that's the way that I've watched it. So, yep, it's going to be an A tier. All right, next we have Moss Grotto. Let me turn off shuffle. Yeah, Moss Grotto is that one beginning area that just like the first time going through it for me was like magical. It was amazing going through it after waiting for multiple years. And I took a second when I was going through during my first playthrough, and I just listened to it. I took it in, and with that kind of memory tied to it, I'm gonna put it in B tier. There's not too much going on, but it's a good track. It's just not crazy. It's in the middle for me. It's super memorable because of the memories that I have going through Moss Grotto, but like that's kind of it. Okay, up next is Strive. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites, not gonna lie. Strive just has that kind of sound and feeling. I can't really describe it. It's, well, it's S tier. I feel like me saying that's one of my favorites was a dead giveaway. But yeah, I think Strive is really nice. And you hear it so early on, and that just makes me happy. I love Strive. It's really hard to describe a lot of the things that's good about it, but that end part really contributes. I think the way it ends is just so good. Anyways, up next is Bone Bottom. Yeah, Bone Bottom. I'm a big fan of like calming, gentle tracks. Something like Verdania, for example, is like some of my absolute favorites. And Bone Bottom, I've also listened to it quite a bit since it was one of the two songs that we had, I believe, at the. I think we had Moss Grotto too. Regardless, I've listened to Bone Bottom quite a bit, even before Silksong came out, because Larkin gave us a little snapshot. Bone Bottom is going at the very top of A tier, and there's not really much to say for it. Um, I just really enjoy Bone Bottom, and yeah. So up next we have the Marrow. Well, I mean, I'm not a super big fan of the Marrow. Sorry to offend any Marrow fans out there, but um, it's very thematic for the area it's in. It's not my favorite area either. Um, yeah, there's just not much going for it. There's good violin, which I really do appreciate violin, but it doesn't bring much more to the table. So it's kind of a D tier. It's not total F tier, but it's definitely not like the best out there, but it certainly isn't the worst. Next up is Belbeast. Belbeast, Belbeast. There's better boss themes. I'm gonna be honest. In my opinion, I I don't necessarily I don't hate Belbeast, but it's at like the middle top of B tier. I think I think there's just better themes. I like Belbeast. I've heard it too many times in all of my Glassel playthroughs, where I had to keep going back and forth through the Marrow and Moss Grotto and all of that. But um, Belbeast isn't super memorable to me. The boss, yes, and I love Belbeast. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, that's my reasoning for that placement. Next up, we have Repose. Yeah, it's really short. You hear it a lot. Um, Repose is like a gentle track, but it's definitely not on the level of those that I put in S tier. Um, I'd probably put this. Let's see. It's probably C tier. No, I'll put it in B. Very bottom of B. It's a nice track. It's not necessarily the worst either. Um, I don't usually sit at a bench long enough to enjoy it, so it's not bad. I quite like it, but it's not up there. Next is Deep Docks. Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. I love Deep Dogs. I love Deep Dogs. It's so grand, and I it ages me all the right ways. The the sound of like hammers striking or like metal being worked on in the background, it fits so well into where it is. And every time I go through Deep Docks to go fight like the Four Brothers or to get like Flintslate, I take a second to just listen to Deep Docks because I love the theme so much. It's definitely an S tier for me personally. I imagine by the end of this, quite a few are going to be an S tier, but we'll get there when we get there. The next one is Lace. I absolutely adore Lace. Lace is an easy S tier. It's above both Strive and Deep Ducks. I love Lace. Violin is probably one of, if not my favorite instrument, like of all time. So having a primarily violin piece with Lace is it's so good. And that end part too, it's so good. I don't think anyone's really gonna fight me for putting this in S tier. Um, I don't really need too much else explaining that. All right, we're gonna listen to For Fields now. All right, I'm gonna stop it there. Far Fields isn't really my favorite. I'm putting that in C tier. Far Fields is not to my taste, really. The hum in the background isn't like the vocals in the background really don't do it for me. Um, I don't really have much to say. Yeah, fourth chorus is great. For a song literally named Fourth Chorus, there's multiple choruses. It's perfect. Fourth chorus is top of A tier. It sounds really great, and the boss fight's super memorable. I remember watching all of the trailers and seeing this massive robot that comes out of the lava or something, and I was just like, I had to fight it. I was not disappointed, like in the slightest. I loved fourth chorus. I still do. It's a great fight. All right, what's next? Greymore is next. I'm gonna end it there. I love Greymore personally. I think it's great. Um, the start isn't like the best to me, so I'll give it top of A or not top of A, top of B tier. I'll give it bottom of A. I like it a lot. Greymore is one of those songs that I put on when it's like a rainy day. It's one of those chill songs that you can just like have on while you're reading a book or something, and that's what I love about it. Um, it sounds not as good as some other songs that are in like it's like that same kind of group of music, but it's definitely quite nice. Incisive Battle is next. This is the Savage Beast Fly theme, I think. Yeah, I like the start and end part. The middle section is kind of what brings it down for me. I think it's C tier as well. It's also got the trauma factor of Savage Beast Fly. Going through and beating Savage Beast Fly for the first time was like a hellish experience. It was so bad. I have a pretty negative association with it as well that brings it down. But it's okay. It's not F tier, it's certainly not D tier. But yeah. Up next is Bellheart. I love Bellheart. Bellheart is such a calming track, and it has little twinkles that I call them, that really just enhance it. It's a calming song that you can just kind of relax with. It's so sweet and welcoming, and especially after Widow, which we'll get to next. Especially after Widow, it's nice to come back and see and listen to such a welcoming soundtrack. And speaking of Widow, let's get on with that. I don't think anyone's shocked to know that I'm going to be putting Widow in S tier. Widow is by far one of my favorite tracks, like of all time. It's just it's so good. You can hear it for yourself, but yeah, it's so good. The structure, the energy, the boss fight too. Everything just kind of culminates into an amazing experience. I thoroughly love Widow. It's such a good track. Up next we have Shellwood. So with Shellwood, it's good, but I can't really give it any higher than like B tier. Uh, Shellwood is not one of my favorite areas. In fact, it's quite far from it. I don't really enjoy Shellwood that much. I think it's because of Sister Splinter. I just don't like either of them. And the track is good. It's quite nice. It's very pleasant. It's very calming. It has that air of just calmness. It's very pretty. Well, it's staying. Yeah, it'll just stay there. That's fine. Up next is Sister Splinter. I'm sorry to anyone who likes Sister Splinter. This is not it for me. I hate the way it sounds and the way it's structured, and the first part really upsets me. Uh, yeah, it's going in F tier. I really don't like Sister Splinter as a boss and as a track. It just leaves a lot to be desired. I don't really know what I'd change either, so I'm probably not gonna get positive reception on this ranking. But um, yeah, I'm just not a big fan of Sister Splinter at all. Up next is Hunter's March, or I guess Hunter's Trail. Yeah, sorry about that. Um, Hunter's Trail. I wish that they also included some of the combat themes because Hunter's Trail or Hunter's March, I guess, in general, has a really good set of soundtracks. In fact, it's S tier. Um, it's not above D Dogs. Yeah. So the combat theme also is very good. It doesn't have it for whatever reason, but if you've heard it, you know it's pretty good. So I don't think it's any higher than Deep Dogs, but it's really good. And we already got a taste of it, but let's listen to Sinner's Road. Stop it there. I have trauma from Sinner's Road. Sinner's Road, oh, going through Sinner's Road for the first time was like actually hell on earth. It wasn't as bad as my first go through Bile Water, but it was certainly bad. and I've come to enjoy the area after getting good at the game. It's definitely not at the bottom. It's like in the middle. I'll put it in C tier above Farfields. um, for the area that it's in, it's very fitting, very thematic. It sounds a little off, but I mean, so is Sinner's Road. So I mean, I don't really have any other gripes with it. It's in the middle, so I'm putting it in C tier. All right, let's move on. Next, just cut through. Now, I'll bet that some people probably forgot this even existed in the game. Um, this plays during the only the only part I can think of is Grohl. This is yeah, it's not super memorable. This also goes in C tier. It's not a very memorable track. I forgot it existed until I refought Grohl on my second playthrough. And when it comes up in my playlist, I do usually skip it. So it's not very memorable. It's not the worst, but it has kind of a weird flow. It's also associated with Grohl, so I mean, yeah, it's not super memorable. Next up is Bilewater. For an area like Biowater, Biowater has one of the best area tracks in the entire game. It's such a disgusting area, but it has such a gorgeous, like, ethereal theme. I don't understand how we got Biowater from the Biowater soundtrack, but it's really good, and honestly, it's the only safe thing about Biowater, so I'm glad it's very, very good. Definitely an S tier track. Next up is The Mist. Oh, hello, Phantom. Yeah, no, The Mist is the reason that I go through to Phantom through, or to get through to Act 2. I loved The Mist as an area and as a theme. Easy S tier. Um, I love The Mist. It's one of my favorite areas. If I had to give it like an area ranking, maybe I'll do one of those. But anyways, The Mist is definitely amazing, and so is Phantom. We'll listen to that in a second. But The Mist is definitely S tier. I love The Mist. It's the only way I do Act 1 ending now. Anyways, let's listen to Phantom. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised where this one's going. Yup, top of S tier. This is one of the best boss themes in the entire game. I don't know what Christopher Larkin was smoking when he made it, but he cooked so hard. God, Phantom is like I refight her using the God Home mod just to hear the theme again. It's that good. So yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be surprised where that's going. Next up is the slab. It's definitely not a terrible track, but it's like it has the background instrumentation that I quite like, and it sounds like it has like chains in the background, and I quite like it. But the slab is kind of just an area that I'm not a big fan of. It'll go above Moss Grotto. Yep, that looks good. It's like middle of the pack. Uh, I think it's good, but it, it doesn't really. It leaves a couple things to be desired. Next up, we have Red Maiden. Honestly, I think this one's a sleeper hit. I think Red Maiden, that's Red Memory. Red Maiden, there it is. Red Maiden is an A tier pick. It's a, I'll put it above Enter Farlim. Red Maiden has a really good middle section, and the end part is really good. The start is good. Where it happens is really memorable. When you snap that fly guy's neck, geez, it's so good. Um, I definitely think it's really strong. It's just you only hear it once. Or I think once. I the only place I remember it happening is there. But anyways, next up we have Mount Fay. I'm gonna end it off there. Mount Fay sounds to me a lot like Repose in a way, and I think I'm gonna put it above, but in the same tier as Repose, probably above it. And at least when you're doing the platforming up to get Fade Down Cloak, at least the music is good. At the very least, it is very calming, and when you're taking a break next to one of the heaters, you can just kind of take a second to relax and like ease your nerves. It's definitely nice, but it's pretty. There's not much to it, you know. There's just not much to it. Next up is the Blasted Steps. I'm not a super big fan of Blasted Steps in all honesty. I think it's gonna be D tier with the Marrow. Um, it just sounds kind of weird to me. Blasted Steps as an area is not my favorite. Um, yeah, I don't really have anything good to say about Blasted Steps. It it's not great. Thematically, it's pretty good, but as a song choice, I'm not a big fan. Um, yeah, up next is Last Judge. Last Judge has a great theme. Last Judge has the bells in the background. It has a very memorable melody. The part that all of it really just hits. It's definitely top of A tier. It doesn't quite itch the S tier in me, but it's certainly phenomenal, and it's really high quality. I love it. Um, it just comes after Blasted Steps, which I'm not a super big fan of, but um, Last Judge as as a song on its own is really good. Next up is Underworks. Honestly, Underworks is such a nothing burger, in my opinion, that like in game I hardly hear it, and I think generally it's just not super great. Um, Underworks as an area is one of my favorites just for how much lore it has, but its OST is definitely not up there. In fact, I think it's F tier. It's it's just kind of a nothing burger for a lot of it, and when the instrumental picks up, it's not really much either. I don't know. Underworks is F tier. Yeah, we're gonna move on. Next up, we have Choral Chambers. Yeah, this is the best track in the game by like a mile. In fact, it's so good that we're going to add a row above and we're going to make it purple. And then we're going to name it, we're going to give the SSS plus Shauna tier. And that is exactly where Coral Chambers is going. Coral Chambers is, in my opinion, some of Larkin's absolute best work. The chorus, the bells, the twinklies, all of it just adds up into such an amazing track. And I could gush about Coral Chambers forever, but we have the rest of these songs to get through, so let's deal with that. Next up, we have Songclave. The piano in Songclave definitely is one of its absolute strongest points. I think this is an S tier as well at the bottom, but I think it's still S tier. And I love it quite a bit. It's very gentle. It doesn't have super high energy. Part of it increases with time, but it definitely comes out to be a very pleasant, very lovely song. Uh, Next up, we have Cogwork Dancers. I'm gonna bet no one's surprised to see that this is going to the top of S tiers. That's Copper Core. That'll come later. Copper Dancers. Yeah, this is going to the top of S tier below Phantom. Yeah, this track is amazing. It starts off easy, a slow dance, picks up as you progress through the fight before climaxing, and then just coming down with the gentle, kind of off tune, depressing music box. And it's amazing storytelling inside of a song, and it really deserves the S tier spot. I like Phantom a bit more, that's why it's not above, but it's still a phenomenal track. Next up is Copper Core. Yeah, Cogwork Core is going to join Choral Chambers and SSS plus Shot here. And Cogwork Core incorporates so many good things into itself, and then it comes out sounding absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, these two are so good. Next up, we have Whispering Bolts. I don't know. I'm not a super big fan of Whispering Vaults. It's not bad. I'll give it a C tier. I think it's better than Cut Through. But it's just like it's really not much. And I'm just not a big fan of the area either. I mean, yeah, honestly, there's not much I can really use to defend it. It just doesn't have much. It's not great. Up next is Trobio. Yeah, Trobio is a great track. Tropio will go to like middle of S tier. Yeah, I'll do that. Middle of S tier. I think Trobio has a very theatrical feeling, which definitely fits Trobio. Trobio definitely has a very fitting track. Um, as well as Tormented Trobio, but we'll get to Trobio second track later. Um, yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna argue with an S tier for Trobio. So let me move it above, not above Blaze. Right there. Next up is High Halls. This may be kind of a hot take. I'm gonna put this as well in SS plus shot here. I absolutely adore the gentleness of high halls. It definitely fits the area as well. It's very prim and proper. It sounds majestic, like the area's lore is, because it's where the conductors are, and it sounds so pretty. So I'm putting it up there. Uh, yeah, I don't really need much more explanation. Up next is the choir. Yeah, I love this one as well. I was all this time I was waiting to rank this one just because it's going to the top of S tier. I absolutely adore the choir, and I'm actually going to move Whispering Vaults up to B tier. Thinking about it more, it's not quite on the level of the ones in C tier, but anyways, the choir is, yeah, it does that. The choir is actually beautiful, and it takes place in my favorite arena, the High Halls Gauntlet. It's actually my favorite. Um, I think it's really, really good. Next up is Awakening, Grandmother Silk's theme. This is definitely an S tier track, but I personally can't give it any higher. It's definitely going below Lace. No, I can go above Lace. I like Widow more. Awakening is very good. I really appreciate how the intro part also, when you're going through the Silk Heart platforming, it plays there too, the intro part. And I really appreciate that because it feels like a really strong sense of foreshadowing. And doing that musically is very, very impressive to me. So yeah, definitely S tier. Next up is Dark Descent. Honestly, not a very good track, in my opinion. I can't even tell you where this thing plays. I'm gonna put it in D. Give it the. It's already got two Ds in its name. I can get another one. It's just not super strong, in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan. It, it also takes a while to pick up, and even when it gets going, it's not super strong. It's not to my taste personally. Let's see what's next. Reprieve. Reprieve is just kind of another repose. It's gonna go right next to it, below it. I like repose more. It just sounds kind of the same. So yeah, we're gonna move on to Nihilith. Nihilith is awesome. I love Nihilith. Um, wow, Esther's getting pretty popular, huh? I'm gonna put Nihilith up. It's pretty freaking good too. I love Nihilith. Nihilith plays in both of the fights leading up to, or in the fight leading up to Nihilith, and then Nihilith herself. But the fact that it plays during Seth's fight is very thematic and it fits. So I'm very content with putting it in S. Let's move on to Carmelita. I think we all know where this one's going. It's going up into Triple S Shaw tier. I love this theme so much. It's so perfect. And she actually sings it during her fight, so when she staggers, she stops singing. And I think that's just such a good attention to detail. It's so good. All right, next up we have the Sands of Karak. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know where to put Sense of Karak. I'm honestly gonna slap it right in the middle above Mount Fae in B tier. Because it's really calming and it's quite nice, but like it's just the same throughout, and it doesn't really have much else. So I'm just gonna put it in the middle and leave it there. What's next? Press King Khan. I feel bad for every Crust King Khan fan because it's D tier. I don't know. For what's supposed to be a strong militaristic kingdom leader, his theme is really goofy. And I don't know. It's not great. It doesn't really fit him at all. The Coral Tower soundtrack that it has is perfect for what it is. But Khan himself is like terrible. I'm not a huge fan at all. All right, up next we have Lost for Dania. Behind Coral Chambers, this is easily the best song in the game. Or the second best, I guess. This is this is such a good track. I love Lost Verdania. I think it's so good. Verdania sounds like as a kid, imagining what music would be in your garden. I imagine Lost Verdania would be that song. And it's a masterclass in how to nail beauty in a soundtrack. It's so good. Verdania as an area and as an OST is striking. Next up, we have Clover Dancers. So, Clover Dancers has direct competition with its predecessor, Clockwork Dancers, and I think it misses the mark. Clockwork Dancers has phenomenal storytelling in its music, while Clover Dancers is kind of rushed. It doesn't feel like it's on the same level at all. It's not a bad track. It just feels kind of rushed, and it's not very impressive compared to what Clockwork Dancers did. The fight itself is great. I think I prefer it over Clockwork Dancers. It's just the theme doesn't hold a candle to what Clockwork Dancers did. So I think Clover Dancers has a spot at the top of A tier, pretty nicely. Next up is Fleetopia. Meh, Fleetopia is fine. It's C tier. It's not super impressive by any means. Actually, I think it's bottom. Fleetopia is not very impressive. It doesn't really have much going for it. We have six left. Next up is Tormented Trobio. Tormented Trobio does Trobio better, in my opinion, and I think that means that it should go directly above Trobio. Tormented Trobio is very dramatic, but it has the sense of dread to it, which directly fits into what Tormented Trobio is. So I think it's fitting that it's above Trobio. Next up is Red Memory. I think Red Memory is like also kind of in the middle. I'll put it above like Moss Grotto. It's definitely not my favorite at all. It's kind of forgettable in my opinion. Um yeah, it just doesn't have much. I'm just gonna put it in B and move on. Next up is Last Dive. This song is particularly good in a lot of places. I think it goes at the top of A tier, and actually, hmm, yeah, I'll put it above A. And I believe this is actually the song they used in the release date announcement, and it's awesome. It's very climactic for what's coming up next, and I think it's just perfect. For what it is, at least. It can sit at the top of A tier. All right, Lost Lace is up next. This is a phenomenal track, and it really encompasses everything that you've done in Silksong up until this point. It's definitely in Triple S. Say it, put it right there. Lost Place is a phenomenal soundtrack and is so climactic for like the end of the game. You know, you're doing that for true ending, and it's amazing. Honestly, it's amazing. So I think it belongs in Triple S. Up next is the Sister of the Void ending. For the ending that Sister of the Void is, it's good, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a super big fan of it. I think it's C tier at like the top of it. The ending is great. Don't get me wrong. The ending's awesome. I think it's just I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. I think it deserves the C tier because it's like in the middle ish. Yeah, I'll move it up to the bottom of B tier. It's like in the middle. Honestly, it's just middle of the road. Let's listen to the main menu theme now, and this is the last track. Hollow Knight's menu theme was better. Not gonna lie. it goes at the top of C tier. The menu theme is the menu theme, so I'm just gonna put it in C tier. And with that, we have our full list. We have our triple S Shaw tier. We have our S tier, our A tier, our B tier, our C tier, our D tier, and our two Fs. Uh, if you disagree or if you have comments, just put it in the comments. I read every comment. So if you have discussion, I'd love to be a part of it. Uh, Again, this is all my opinion. This is not objective in any sense, and my tastes do not line up with yours. Um, with that in mind, though, this is my list. Uh, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Um, this is something I don't normally do. This is also my first attempt at something this long, so I hope that it was enjoyable. Sorry if I didn't have much to say about certain ones. I'm not very good at explaining myself, but yeah, that's it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.